Alright, so you have to bear with me a little bit because we're filming out of the ordinary in my office, not out in the shop, not on a big table with a big tripod. Challenging. So, it's like my third try at this, but hopefully we'll get it right this time. So, Spectra LT58G, right? Pretty neat little laser level. Does 3 lines, 1, 2, 3. You can run all 3 at once. You can run 1 at a time, 2 at a time, however you want to do it. Lots of options for lots of different applications. So let's talk about laser a little bit. Runs on a sealed lithium-ion battery. I had mixed feelings about this. It could go either way. Battery life is supposedly 25 hours. I don't know if that's with 1 laser on, 3 lasers on, 2 lasers on, all the way, I don't know. So definitely something that if it's used all day, needs to hit the charger at night. Otherwise, you might have problems the next day. And with it being a non-removable battery, so I can't buy multiples, I can't have backups ready to go. Hopefully, in most applications that this will be coming out in, there'll be some sort of power on site, so I can just plug it in. However, I'm going to see if I can find something that is similar to this with a regular USB on the other end, so that I can use my M18 power packs or whatever they call those that clip onto the top of the battery that have a USB out. I use them as phone chargers all the time to power this thing when it goes dead. They must sell to a lot of different countries because their chargers have a removable plug on them, so it's got a standard interface, and then you can clip in a plug that works in your country. So I threw the other ones away because they were taking up space in my case, and I'm not going to use them, obviously. So it comes with all that, comes with the laser, comes with this fancy little mount deal. The mount has a lot of different options. You can do flat stock of sorts here. It's got 4 different keyhole selections and a couple of magnets on the back. The mount is pretty decent. It's got a, I believe, 5/8 11 bolt on the bottom. It is plastic, so be careful with that. And then it's got dials so that when it's hanging, you have a micro adjust. Also has a lock, so once you get it in place, it doesn't move. I've used this mount a few times. Works pretty good. Not a bad gig. Now, also, as far as mounting goes, this is set up, like I said, with the, I believe it's a 5/8 11, but it also has a 1/4-20. That's good news because tripods. I plan on picking up a couple different tripods to keep in the trailer at all times. I'm going to get one that's good for, I believe it was 72 inches, and then another one that I can get like all the way down, probably do about a foot off the ground. So depending on where we have to put a line, we have options. Both of them also have like a little lever crank on the side so that you can micro adjust it up and down, so you can get it close with the legs. And then if you need to move up a 1/4 inch, you can just use the crank and pick the whole laser up a 1/4 inch. So that's good news. I like the that I can do either for that, because those camera tripods will probably come in handy for being super accurate on the job. It also comes with this little like target thing. It's probably just going to stay in the case and never get used. I don't think we're going to use it. It runs a few different lasers, so you can have your horizontal laser, you can have a vertical laser, you can have the vertical laser in the front, which just cut my face in half, and you can have both vertical lasers. So it gives you lots of different options. Something to keep in mind, let's see if I can find the magical spot. I don't know if it's going to work. If you run the 2 vertical lasers, you'll see that it puts a nice little crosshair on the ground. This same crosshair is also, I push the unlock button so everything self-levels. This same crosshair is also on the ceiling, so if you need to transfer a plumb point from the ceiling to the floor or the floor to the ceiling, you can do that via the crosshairs top and bottom. As long as we are talking about the actual laser beams, I did a project with a friend of mine, and he runs the DeWalt laser, which is what kind of started this whole want of a line laser, not just the rotary laser. We use the rotary laser for a lot of stuff, but this is way easier to set up, way quicker to set up, and more accurate for certain applications. So that's why I ended up picking it up. But he runs the DeWalt 12-volt laser, and it worked out great for everything we did. I have nothing bad to say about the DeWalt at all. The only thing that can get a little tricky, where this one I think shines just a little bit better than the DeWalt, is that the laser beam on the DeWalt is a little thicker at distance in comparison to this Spectra laser. What we discussed when we were talking about the laser is that you have to make sure everyone that's working off that line is all on the same page. For him, he's most of the time one guy, sometimes two guys. He uses us as subs occasionally. We use him as subs occasionally. So everyone has to be on the same page. When you have your line out, because at distance, not so much in the small room, but at distance, the line grows to be pretty thick. He said with the DeWalt, he has to make sure everyone is on the same page, that you're either using the top of the line, the bottom of the line, or you're splitting the line top and bottom. So that can get a little crazy, but this one is pretty concise. We've had it in some pretty big rooms, and the line doesn't get much bigger than like 1/8 of an inch. So for everything that we're doing, Adam and I discussed that we'll always try to split the line, and so that you're talking about a 1/16 on either side, which is pretty easy to see. Different applications that we've used it on. Obviously, cabinets is a big one. You can use this to set, so when you're shimming your cabinets, you can shim both directions at the same time. With the horizontal line, because it is a nice 1/8 of an inch crispy line, you can put a 1/16 on the front of the face frame, and you can put a 1/16 at the back of the cabinet. That allows you to not only get it level left and right, but also level front to back, because you're putting that, the top of that is in the plane of the laser now. So if you're following, you're getting not only one laser, but you're getting the laser to split and give you level both directions. That's been pretty nice. It's made installing cabinets go pretty quick. We've tried to use the rotary in the past for them, but it gets to be a little cumbersome using the receiver on like a level or a small stick of sorts, and then trying to shim until the laser goes solid and it's a solid beep. It can be kind of a pain in the ass. This is easy. It's a nice visual line. Done. They say it's good for 100 feet inside. We haven't been able to try that yet because we haven't been in any rooms that we've needed 100 feet. They say you can also use it outside. I'm on the fence about that. You can see it, but the line gets pretty faint pretty quick, especially on a good sunny day. So as far as like siding applications go, we're probably going to stick to the rotary laser for that instead of the Spectra laser. But other than that, it's been pretty awesome. I did think about other options, such as like a herringbone tile pattern. You can lock this so that the lasers don't auto level, and you could actually use two of the lasers, because everything is 90 degrees to each other. You could use two of the lasers this way to create your 45 so that you can follow your tile around that way. Stuff like that is kind of neat. So it's definitely a very capable laser. Very impressed with it. A little bit we've been able to use it this far. So did the video, wanted to talk about it a little bit. I'll get some more videos of it out on site, just because most of the stuff on YouTube is actually from Spectra, which can go either way. It's all marketing stuff, so this is hopefully a real world review for people who are on the fence about what laser to buy. I know there's like Pacific Laser Systems. They make some really good stuff. The DeWalt one I would have bought. I actually like that the DeWalt one has interchangeable batteries, but I don't have it. Well, actually, I take that back. I bought the Graco sprayer, so I do have two DeWalt batteries running around now. So the DeWalt would have fit. Their charger will charge either. But I don't think I'll have any issues with this. I've got plenty of outlets in the trailer, so when we start using it a lot, I'll just plug it in every day when we leave so that it can charge all night and we're good to go. Other than that, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's running like, I think it was $590 on Amazon. It was like $620 after tax for me. So highly recommended. Definitely a great laser. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will try to answer them all. Usually pretty good with comment section, so any questions, feel free to ask away. Other than that, we're done. We did some pretty confidential projects. Had to actually like sign stuff saying we wouldn't talk about it, so that's why I've been kind of MIA for a little while. But now I'm back to normal mode, and I've got a lot of stuff lined up for summer, including a potential new construction home that we're drawing right now. That's what some of these prints are hanging out under the laser case. So lots of stuff going on. I'm hoping that we land this house because I'd love to do like a full-blown house build series from start to finish, take you guys along the way and show you all the different processes, the different subs you guys can meet along the way. Lots of cool stuff there. So that's about it. I'm going to wrap this up and stick this up on the YouTubes so that you guys know that I'm still alive and well. Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next video. We're signing off.